Okay guys, so to get started with foundation, I'm going to be using, as for primer, my NYX Angel Veil. And I figured when I started to test out this foundation, I wanted to use it with a primer that I really like. So that way I know how it works in conjunction with it and to see if I like it and just to see if it would work for my skin using my usual products. So I'm just priming my face with this. Now this isn't a first impressions video because I have already used the products quite a number of times, so that way I could just develop an opinion on it. Foundation, I'm going to be using the Make It Forever HD foundation stick, and I am in the color 123, which the new color would be Y365. So it comes just like this. I like it because it is more of a golden olive undertone. So I'm going to be using this, and what I like to do first is I just draw 3 stripes on my skin on this side, and then I'll do 1 or 2 right here, and then I'll do 1 on the side of my nose. So I'm going to be doing this side of my face first, so that way you guys can kind of see half and half and what the difference is. And to blend it out, I'm going to be using my beauty blender here. Now, I would say this foundation, because I have already used it, I feel like this foundation gives me more of a medium coverage. I do feel like it is buildable, but even when I do build it up, it does give a little bit more coverage, but I don't think this foundation would be considered full coverage. And also, this foundation does leave the skin with a really nice luminous dewy finish, which I do like. I didn't think I would like it because I do have oily skin, but I feel like this foundation works really great with oily skin. Throughout the day while I'm wearing it, I don't feel like my skin gets extra oily or that it makes me look more dewy than I would normally like. So this is just with one light layer of this foundation. As you can see, you can still see some of my scarring right here, a little bit of my blemishes right here, as compared to this side. So it definitely has covered up a lot of redness. So when it comes to this, I like to do a second layer. So I will take the foundation in the places where I really want to conceal. So I'll just do a couple more. Take my beauty blender and press it into my skin like this to really build the coverage. I do feel like this foundation is very long wearing. I've worn it quite a while for a couple of long days. I felt like it looked great. It hasn't broken up on my skin. It hasn't separated. And for having oily skin and for this leaving more of a luminous, dewy finish after, I actually am really loving it. Like, this foundation makes your skin look better and a lot healthier. So now you can see the difference between this side and now this side. Now, if you wanted to keep going with the coverage, you most definitely can, just building it up. But I'm not going to do that. Usually this is about how much that I do. So I like that. Also, I feel like even if I put on a lot like how I have right now, I don't feel like it breaks up on my skin or it gets too cakey at all. When I first tried this, I kept going and going and going just to see how much coverage I could get. And I never felt cakey or like I just had so much foundation on. So that was a good thing, because when you're trying to build up coverage, you want something that's buildable. Because some days we know, or some weeks, our skin looks better than others. But that is one thing that I like about this foundation, that even though you might keep layering and building, it has never looked cakey on me. Today I'm using it with a beauty blender. I have tried it using a brush, and I really do like it with a brush as well. Another thing that I like this for is that it's just so easy to put on. Yesterday, for example, I was going to get my hair cut, and I wasn't wearing anything all throughout the day, but I wanted to look a little bit presentable when I was going for my haircut. So I literally just swiped this across my face, blended it out with a brush, a Real Techniques brush, really quickly, and set it with a little bit of translucent powder, and it looked great on my skin. And I actually got a lot of compliments on it when I went to the salon. So that's always a plus too, when you're just on the rush, when you're just And that's always a plus too, is when you have a foundation like this where you can use it for a special event for full coverage or just for an everyday kind of thing. Swipe this on your face, blend it out, and that's what I really liked about it, is that it's very versatile. So it's just not a full coverage foundation where you could just wear, you know, on special events or every day, but you can really make it your own and wear it whenever you want to wear it for whatever kind of coverage you're looking for. So I love this stick foundation. Really good coverage. Again, very buildable. Next, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Concealer, which is also new in this line. This is the Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer. It does have like a rolling tip like this. And if you're wondering, I am in the shade Y31, so I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit and put this on my under eye. They say that you don't need a lot and that a little bit goes a really long way, so I'm just dragging the product. I'm not really squeezing too much out. You guys probably know by now that I love the Urban Decay concealer. I just think that is like amazing, and it just works so well for me. So I really had high hopes for this concealer, especially with the hype going on with it. First, I'm going to apply this with my Beauty Blender, and I was just really expecting amazing things for this concealer, but my honest opinion on this is that, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's better than the Urban Decay one. I feel like this is hydrating, but I just like the fuller coverage that my Urban Decay concealer gives me. So I don't feel like this covers as well as the Urban Decay one. I also feel like even when I set it with my Laura Mercier setting powder, which is my favorite to set concealer with, I still feel like it creases. Now hopefully you've seen, I forgot to show you guys because I'm talking too much, but the before and after and how it kind of concealed. But you can even kind of see, like, you can even kind of see this area right here. Once it's blended out, that little bit of darkness there. And they say that a lot of people were saying like a little bit goes the tiniest way. And this is a lot of people's favorite concealer, so I really wanted to like it. But to be honest, I really want to take it back because I'm really not impressed with it. And I just don't like the fact that it creases on me. Even like right now, it's already starting to crease, and I know I just put it on, but even comparing it to my favorite concealer, which is the Urban Decay one, when I put it on, it just kind of sets, and it doesn't crease till about a minute or two later that I haven't set it. But this, I just feel like it's just not as good as the Urban Decay one in my opinion. And of course, everything's going to work for different people. Some of you guys might love it, and this might be your holy grail concealer. We all have different skin. Everyone's going to have their different opinion on it, but for me, this concealer isn't my favorite, but I don't think this concealer beats out my Urban Decay one. And I love how this foundation doesn't settle in my smile line. So I'm going to be setting it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, my under eye brightening setting powder. So and what I noticed that even when I set it with this powder, which is like my favorite under eye setting powder, it like still crease. And I think it might be a little bit too creamy or maybe just a little bit too hydrating for me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I will give you guys my final thoughts towards the end. Okay. Alrighty guys, so I wanted to give you guys my final opinion on the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick and the Ultra HD concealer. So to finish up this review slash demo, what I wanted to say about the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick is that I totally am in love with this foundation. This is what I'm wearing today. If you want a tutorial on this look, I will be listing it down in the description box down below when it goes live. But I really like this. I think it's super easy to blend out. The coverage is really nice. Right now, my skin is not at its best that I have seen it before. So I do have some areas that I really wanted to cover up, and I feel like this foundation did a really good job at it. I think depending on your skin, if your skin is really nice and clear and you don't really have much to cover up, maybe except for redness or unevenness, I feel like this could be a full coverage foundation for you. Now, if you're someone like me that has some acne scarring or a lot of redness or dark spots, whatever, this can get you to more of a fuller coverage, but again, you will just need to build it up. And I just love how easy this is to blend out. It's perfect for every day. If you're just someone that needs something really fast to go to work and you don't want to pump it out on the back of your hand, literally swipe this across your face, take your beauty blender, a brush, it blends out beautifully with both, and you just get this really nice natural finish on the skin where it doesn't look heavy or cakey, no matter how many layers you put on, no matter how much you build it up. I definitely do think that this is a very long wearing foundation. I don't feel like I get excessively oily, and that's something really great because I like the luminous finish this gives to my skin, but I don't feel like such a grease ball. So I am definitely loving the Makeup Forever HD stick. I definitely recommend that you try this out. So another thing that I do like about this is I'm filming this this latter part of the video about 6 hours later after my demo because I got interrupted for a couple hours. But something that I like about this foundation that other foundations do on my skin is that it creases a lot in these smile lines, and this foundation does not. Now, as for the concealer, this is the Invisible Cover Concealer. I don't love it as much as everyone else does. I really, like I said before in my demo, I just want to take it back because I don't think it's as great as a concealer as my Urban Decay one or even my NYX HD concealer from Ulta. And this creases so badly under my under eye area. Even when I use my beloved Laura Mercier brightening translucent powder to set your concealer, it still creases on me. Even right now, it's like totally greased up on me, even like 6 hours later. And when I go like this, I just see it settling and all these little fine lines right here, which I don't like, and I don't want that in a concealer. And my Urban Decay one does not do that to me. And even when I pat it out, it'll be fine for like 10-15 minutes, and then 15 minutes later, it's back to creasing. I don't feel like this is full coverage, but again, if you're looking for something simple to throw in your purse, maybe you don't want a full coverage concealer, or maybe you just want something really light that will cover it and just make you look more awake or ready for work or whatever you're doing, running errands, and you just want to take this and pat it, then yeah, it will work great for you. But also make sure that you're setting it with something, because even though I'm setting it with something, I still notice that it creased, and I've been using this for almost about 2 weeks now, and yeah, I just really don't like this concealer. So that is my thoughts on that concealer. Anyways, if I had to choose one or the other, I highly recommend that you get the stick foundation. I have not tried the pump foundation, the regular HD foundation. So if you're wanting to see a video on that and my thoughts on that foundation, let me know in the comments down below or by liking this video, so that way I know to do that. So I really hope this video was helpful for you guys and you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you guys do, please let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I really appreciate all of you guys that are watching and liking and subscribing to my channel, and it means a lot to me to know that you guys like my videos. And for those of you who comment, thank you very much. I truly appreciate it, and I get so excited to see that you guys are commenting and liking. You have no idea how happy it makes me, so I really appreciate it. And I look forward to talking to you guys in my next video.